Some of you are frustrated, not because you're lazy, but because God won't let you lead the way you thought you would or the way you thought you should. You wanted to be the builder, but God has called you to be the brick. A message comes from 1 Corinthians 3:11. For no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Jesus Christ. Hey, this is the Men of the Shepherd. Thank you so much for being here. Every Sunday and Wednesday, I share a devotional for husbands and fathers, men called to lead their homes with strength, sacrifice, and spiritual grit. These reflections are designed to challenge you, to equip you, and to push you to lead boldly as a shepherd in your family and in your faith. So, guys, let's be honest. Some of us are exhausted because we're still fighting God for the blueprint. We want control. I know I do. We want to pick the spot, choose the position, and set the pace. But leadership in the kingdom doesn't start with a plan. It starts with surrender. Absolute and complete surrender, and it doesn't mean 90%. It means 100% surrender. I used to think the people around me were the problem. They didn't get it. They weren't listening. They weren't leading right. But the more I brought that to God, the more He turned the spotlight back on me. See, it wasn't about them. It was about the pride in me. It was the plank in my own eye. I wanted to be the foreman, but God wasn't asking me to manage the project. He was asking me to lay down and be placed. Placed where I didn't expect, placed where I didn't feel seen, and placed where it didn't make any sense. Romans 13:1-2 tells us clearly God places every authority. If He can place kings and rulers and pastors, well, He could certainly place me, and He can place you as well. So here's the truth. You are not the builder. You are the brick. And your job isn't to argue with the mason. Your job is to be strong, steady, and surrendered right where He lays you. That's what our families need, not noise, not ego, and not perfection. They need a man, a father, and a husband who shows up, lays down his pride, and trusts God to position him. Your wife doesn't need a performer. She needs a brick she can lean on. Your kids don't need a know-it-all. They need a brick that holds steady in the storms. So your church doesn't need a critic. It needs a brick placed in obedience. So the question isn't whether God is building something. The question is, are you willing to be a part of it? Too many men want to shine like the steeple, yet God's looking for the ones who will hold up the wall, the ones who don't move when things get uncomfortable, the ones who don't run when they're noticed, the ones who trust that if the foundation is Jesus, the placement will always be right. It will always be perfect. Today, I realized again, my pride is the problem. It's the dagger in my chest. It's the voice that says, I want more. I deserve better. I know what's best. But that voice doesn't build anything that lasts. It only fractures what God's trying to place. So here's the shift. I'm trying my best to be the brick. I'm asking you the same. Be the brick. Not just a brick that sits still. We don't want to do that. But we want to be a brick that says, place me where you want me to be, Lord. Use me how you want, even if no one else ever sees it. That's leadership. That's shepherding. That's Christ-likeness. So, brother, lay yourself down. Let go of the spotlight. Let go of the blueprints and be the brick. So what's stopping you from letting Jesus place you where He wants right now? Hey, again, Christopher Smith here. Thank you so much for sharing this revelation in my life, these revelations in my life. I hope that you can glean something from this, that you become a better father, a better husband, a better leader. And I just came to this revelation that not only is our home our first church, but our home, our family, the harvest field, is also our first ministry. Take care. God bless you. Shalom.